The 2020 model year will see some interesting changes for the Yamaha brand, including the introduction of new models, as well as an all-new GT package, and even the intro of a 600cc two-stroke utility crossover sled. Right up front, yeah, I did just say a two-stroke utility crossover sled. The Transporter features the CTEC 2 600 DSI power plant and sends power to the 153 by 15-inch wide articulating skid. It'll feature the PowerClaw 2.25 lug track. This sled not only is a huge departure from the lack of a new two-stroke model to the Yamaha line for, well, it's been about a decade, but it also allows them to break into new markets with a lightweight, long-track, light utility crossover sled. No doubt Yamaha was getting requests from its dealer base for a light, standard 15-inch wide utility crossover sled. Both of these things are something that the VK540 is not, and it'd also be something that would be hard to match with a four-stroke in terms of weight. Another change in the lineup for 2020 is the S-TX, Yamaha's off-trail Sidewinder. For next season, gone is the coilover rear shock, as well as the 141-inch length. And in exchange, a torsion spring rear setup has been adopted, as well as a new 146-inch length. The new rear skid should deliver a more plush rear arm ride, even with the increased track length over the current 141. The S-TX will be offered in an LE package with a heated seat and a 1.6-inch track and QS3 Fox shocks, as well as the SE version with a 2.25 Camso Peak track, QS3 shocks, the 40-inch narrower ski stance, and Yamaha mountain skis. Another pretty sizable change comes to the SR Viper, a sled that hasn't been changed for quite a few years, but this year gets a seriously big overhaul. While you may have expected the Viper to get the Sidewinder bodywork, it didn't for this season. Yamaha went with something completely new called Gen 2, and while it does look Sidewinder-ish, it's totally different design. There's also a new LED headlight resembling the bigger brother Turbo, while the Viper also sees new front-end geometry through the use of new front suspension components to deliver a better ride and more precise handling. Other notables are the return of the 146-inch S-TX Sidewinder, as well as multiple two-up options for the 2020 model year. Two-up options include the Venture in a 151-inch version with all the bells and whistles for touring, plus the addition of power steering. Adding to the two-up line is a new S-TX GT Sidewinder that features overload springs and an auxiliary gas tank. There will also be a new package available on many Yamaha models labeled the GT, and offered on both Viper and Sidewinder that feature QS3 Fox shocks, 1.25 ripsaw tracks, heated seats, taller windshields, RCA heated visor outlets, and both tunnel and goggle bags. Yamaha's lineup for 2019 did seem just a little bit skinny, but for 2020 they're ramping back up with way more models in their lineup, offering greater features and better value. If you enjoyed the video that you just watched, like it and then subscribe to our page for more great content from SnowTracks TV.